Hearst Castle Unsung Heroes.
Hi, my name's Liz and I'm a guide at Hearst Castle, and today I'm going to talk about another of the unsung heroes of Hearst Castle. An unsung hero is one of the lesser known people who contributed to the construction or in some aspect to the building of Hearst Castle. The person I'm going to talk about today is Hazel McClure. Hazel McClure was the wife of Maurice McClure, who was the construction superintendent during the 1940s. He worked for FC Stolte Company. In 1945, Hazel, a teacher, decided to take a leave of absence in order to join her husband at the Hill in San Simeon. Hazel McClure was married to Maurice McClure, who was a construction superintendent who worked for FC Stolte Company. He oversaw the last phase of construction in San Simeon during the mid-1940s. Hazel, a teacher, took a leave from her position to follow her husband to San Simeon. We know that they stayed in one of the small houses on the South Hill called the Barracks. However, we're not sure which house Hazel actually stayed in, but what we do know is that Hazel probably spent very little time there because there was work to be done on the hill. One of the projects that Maurice McClure worked on was the finishing of the north wing and the construction of the sitting room on the fourth floor. While Maurice was working on this wing, Hazel assumed a variety of roles. She acted as his secretary, handled the payroll, and managed the time cards of the other employees. In addition to her office duties, Hazel McClure also assisted with the feeding and housing of employees, even working in the mess kitchen when help was short. Hazel had something else she liked to do as well, and that was to write about the progress on the hill, and her articles became a very important part of Hearst Castle history. Hazel McClure's most important contribution was her articles that she wrote for the Stolte Blueprint. Her articles were often tongue-in-cheek and they were very optimistic. However, they were also very reliable and plausible. Castle historian Taylor Kaufman says that Hazel McClure's articles were vital, as well as her presence was vital to Mr. Hearst, as it helped sustain him during his last years at the castle. An example of her positivity is found in the first paragraph of the 1945 newsletter. Stolteans from various jobs are more and more heading to the Hearst estate in San Simeon. They've heard tell by now how every day is finished off by a swim in the magnificent Roman plunge. Employees are later invited to attend Mr. Hearst's private theater where a show is given nightly. Thanks to Hazel McClure and her attention to detail, castle historians have an indispensable account of the events and the names of the workers who were on the hill during those final years in construction, making Hazel McClure an unsung hero.